Welcome to Season 8 of the Finding Peace podcast. This season is focused on practical, trauma-informed tools you can use in everyday life. When emotions run high, relationships feel heavy, or your nervous system needs support. Short episodes designed to help you find more peace, joy, and connection, one moment at a time. Please welcome the host of the Finding Peace podcast, best-selling author, psychotherapist, and speaker, Troy L. Love.
I'm walking up the very steep hill of 24th Street. I'm 17 years old. And just moments ago, I received a phone call from my best friend's dad. He said he wanted to talk to me. And the tone of his voice was not good. Last week, while he and his wife were on vacation, I had been hanging out at my best friend Aaron's house all week. And I had just came back from Disneyland a couple of weeks before that. And one of the things that I loved were the topiary animals around the It's a Small World ride. The ones that look like lions and tigers and bears. And my friend had these beautiful bushes and trees in his front yard. They were all pine trees and that kind of foliage. And I thought it would be great to cut his pine trees and his foliage to look like animals. So me and some clippers and my best friend's little brothers got out there and we cut those bushes down. I made a really nice rabbit out of one of the pine trees and a hippopotamus that didn't look that great unless you closed one eye and squinted a little bit. I thought it was a great idea. Apparently, my friend's dad did not. And now he wanted to talk to me. And so I'm walking up the hill. The very same hill that just about 6 months before, I had gotten in 2 car accidents, 1 week after the other. I was a really clumsy person, to be honest. And I also didn't look both ways, apparently, because I did the exact same thing in both accidents. A car or a truck is coming barreling down that hill, and I pulled out in front of him and hit him 2 times in 2 weeks. And my dad was so mad. Now, my earliest memories are of my dad throwing my mother across the room. My dad had a violent temper. And although that had calmed down some as I was growing up, I had no idea what my best friend's dad did with his anger. But I was about to find out. And so I am putting one foot in front of the other as I am trudging up to Aaron's house to face my punishment. And as I'm walking up the hill, my shadows of shame march out. My judge is like, "You are such an idiot. I can't believe that you did that." And my impotent one is, "This is going to be bad. Oh, this is going to be bad. You're never going to be allowed to talk to Aaron again. His dad is going to be so mad at you. This is going to be really bad." And the politician's like, "Lie. Blame the 6-year-old. Blame the kid." So I was really nervous. The whole time, my brain is going a million miles an hour. I can't really think clearly. My breathing has become shallow. My stomach is in knots. My hands are tight. And I am scared to death. My nervous system was activated. And our nervous systems have one job. Not happiness, not success, not even peace. Survival. That's it. From the moment we're born, our body has been scanning the world with one core question. Am I safe? Or am I not? And when the answer feels like not safe, our nervous system does not pause to reflect. It responds. Most people have heard of the fight or flight response, but there are actually 4 primary survival responses. Fight. Our body mobilizes to confront the threat, anger, intensity, control, confrontation. Flight, which is what I really wanted to do right then, is run away and go hide in the mountains or something. When our body mobilizes to escape, overworking, leaving, avoiding, staying busy, staying ahead. Freeze, when our body shuts things down, becomes numb, dissociates, we feel stuck, and we might even collapse. And fawn, which means our body seeks safety through connection, pleasing, appeasing, caretaking, and disappearing of ourselves. I was doing a little bit of that and a lot of wanting to just run away. But I'm putting one foot in front of the other because I don't want to face the wrath of my parents being mad that I didn't face the wrath of Aaron's dad. Here's the part that matters. These are all responses, not identities. I'm not an angry person. I'm not avoidant. I'm not broken or too much or weak, and neither are you. We are people whose bodies have learned to survive. And this is a really important reframe that can change a lot. We didn't choose the way that our nervous system responds. Our body does. It's a natural biological response. At some point, very early in our lives, our nervous system learned these things will keep me safe. This will reduce danger. This preserves connection. This will help me survive. And it works. For me, it was playing small, hiding, running away, and escaping into fantasy. And it worked. Maybe not perfectly and not without cost, but it worked then, which is why my nervous system and yours keeps returning to that same 4 responses: fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, even when the original threat is long gone. Even talking about this story, I can feel the anxiety in my chest as I'm seeing myself walking up the hill to go see Aaron's dad. Our body is loyal to protecting us. It doesn't want to die. It really does want to stay alive. And so it has this innate protection system built in to help us deal with that. So instead of asking, what's wrong with me when we are having a traumatic response, we might try asking, what response did I rely on the most? How did it help me back then? How did fighting protect me? How did running away keep me safe? Well, I can tell you from running away from the bullies, I didn't get beat up so much, so that was great. How did freezing reduce harm? And how did fawning preserve connection? And honestly, that's what I did when I got to Aaron's house. I fawned a lot. I apologized profusely. And to be honest, Aaron's dad did not erupt in anger like my dad did. He walked outside and he showed me my beautiful rabbit. It was beautiful. I'm not going to lie. Okay, maybe not Disneyland quality, but it was pretty good. And he showed me that because I had cut off the top of the pine tree, what that was going to do was going to prevent it from growing any taller. And he was really concerned about that because those trees at the time were probably 6 feet tall, but they were supposed to be maybe 80 feet tall. I don't know. I'm not good at math, but a lot taller than that. And he was concerned that because I had cut it off, it had stunted its growth. And so he wanted me to know that that's something I need to know in the future. He wasn't really mad that I trimmed all his trees to look like animals. I mean, that was going to grow out in a couple of weeks, but he was not happy that I chopped the top off. And I will say that when I was home visiting my mom a couple of months ago, I drove by Aaron's old house and those trees were really tall. So damage not done, but I can understand. And I appreciated the way that he was trying to teach me and not just get angry at me. But when we ask those questions, how did fighting protect me? How did running away keep me safe? How did freezing reduce harm? How did fawning preserve connection? When we ask the questions this way, something happens. Our shadows of shame don't have as much power. Shame loses its grip because I'm no longer being judged by my judge. I'm listening to my nervous system. What's going on? Well, to be honest, I did something that was a typical teenage thing to do, but it caused somebody harm and made somebody upset. And I can own that and realize that I'm not a bad person. I can look in my friend's dad's eyes and see that there was love in his eyes for me. There was caring for me. Healing doesn't begin with erasing survival strategies. It begins by honoring them. So nowadays, when I notice that I go into the fight or flight response, or I am fawning, or I'm freezing, my first thought is, oh, something's going on. What is activating one of my wounds? What just happened that is hitting my rejection wound, my loss wound, my abandonment wound? Like, what's going on? What do I need right now that would help me feel a little safer? What do I need that would help me feel a little bit more comfortable? And honestly, that's really hard to do in the moment when our body is doing what it does. But when I catch it, and I can recognize, oh, I'm being activated. I know what this feels like in my body. I know what I need to do. I need to breathe. I need to find a way to get myself grounded and maybe need to change some of the thoughts that I'm having. When I do that, I'm employing new tools. What I'm not doing is shaming myself. I'm not letting the shadows of shame beat me up because survival strategies are worthy of respect. And actually, they're worthy of us being grateful for them because it keeps us alive. They are not worthy of being shamed. Don't need to beat ourselves up when we go into the fight or flight response. They kept us alive. And now, slowly, gently, we can learn new ways of coping. Until next time, keep listening to your body with curiosity, not criticism. And remember, you are worthy of love and belonging.
You've been listening to the Finding Peace podcast. Special thanks to Intrex for providing the theme music for this season and helping set the tone for reflection, grounding, and hope. If this episode supported you, please like, subscribe, and share the Finding Peace podcast. Your support helps these practical, trauma-informed tools reach more people who are seeking peace, clarity, and connection. To explore more resources, workshops, and upcoming events, visit findingpeaceconsulting.com. The Finding Peace podcast is hosted by best-selling author, psychotherapist, and speaker Troy L. Love. Until next time, remember, you are worthy of love and belonging.